Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, that's Myth Night, and it's on the second road, and across the road is Central Festival, and just to the left here is the Pattaya Night Bazaar, the one with the green roof, the like circular green roof, and it has several different arcades, so we're going to go and walk up and down them while we have a chat. And the chat really is about newbies, advice for newbies, but there's a lot of advice in there which also will apply to people who've been only a few times, not just newbies. There's also a couple, I came across a vendor who was really quite funny. About halfway through the video, you'll have to have a look at that. That's really funny, a funny bit. So we'll have a look here. I'll just put the prices up. Sometimes I'll let you hear the person talk, but otherwise I'll just put the prices up while we get into the chat. So there's one thing, the first thing I'm going to tell you is quite interesting, because 90% of you guys will not know what I'm going to tell you next. Okay, it's not just for newbies, 90% of you will not know that this goes on. Okay, so let's start with that one, shall we? Okay, so we're going to start off the chat with a couple of things which many regular guys who come to Pattaya are not aware of. Now, when guys come to Pattaya, a lot of them have semi-regular girls when they come for the vacation, and they see those girls 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah. Now, in between seeing those girls, they'll also have the odd girl here and there, short time or long time, now and then. Now, these semi-regular girls always seem to know about these extra girls. Now, how do they know when you haven't even seen the semi-regular girl, maybe for a couple of days? Well, it's very simple. All of the hotel staff are ratting on you. It's really, that's the truth. Any chance that they get, and that includes the cleaning staff as well as the reception staff, they will go out of their way to tell the semi-regular girl about your dalliances with the other ones. Usually when the semi-regular girl is on the way out alone in the morning. This is endemic, right? This is most of the hotels in Pattaya. This happens. So factor that into any stories that you might decide to tell your regular girl, because she will know about the ones that you see in between when you see her. Okay? Now, there's another thing which most of you won't know, and that is every time that you take a girl back to your hotel, you're being watched. By who? By the local motorbike taxi guys who are sitting right outside your hotel or just slightly down the street from the hotel. And they watch you take the girls in. Every day they watch you take the girls in. When the girl leaves in the morning, she will inevitably go to that motorbike taxi station, because it's the nearest one right outside, to get a ride home. And the motorbike taxi guy, if he happens to fancy the girl, or if he's just jealous and thinks you're doing too well, then he'll make some comment to the girl like, "You're the 10th girl this guy's had this week," just to put the girl off you. How do I know this? Because a girl that I've known for a long time told me the motorbike taxi guys rat on the phalanx all the time, and she thought it was really funny. Yeah. Oh, for good luck. Yeah. When I was walking around here, I just kept asking about prices of mainly t-shirts and shoes and things like sneakers, trainers, you know. The t-shirts were, the basic ones were 200 baht, and then the ones with a little collar like a polo type shirt were about 400 baht. So that's the sort of price, which in dollars is between $5 and say $11 roughly, about that sort of figure. So we'll just continue with the chat about newbies. A lot of newbies really still don't understand gents clubs. I mean, it's crazy, but I've done videos about it and everything, but I'm still getting loads of emails saying I don't understand what a gents club is, blah blah blah, and what's the difference between a gents club and a beer bar, and they still don't understand. So I thought we'll just do another little explanation to tell the newbies what's what. Okay, so we'll continue with that next. All right. So I'm getting emails asking what exactly is a gentleman's club, because they've heard of them, but so many of you guys have never ever been to one, and you're sort of scared of them in a way, because it seems that they are very popular with the expat retirees here in Pattaya. Yes, they are, and a popular misconception is that they're for members only and they're expensive. Now, this is completely wrong. There's no membership for any gents club, and all the prices are roughly about halfway between a beer bar and a go-go bar. So, for example, in a gents club, a normal beer would be, say, 95 baht, which is like $3, and a lady drink for the girl that you're with would be about 130 baht, which is nearly $4. So you see, that's roughly about soy 6 prices when I think about it. Similar, very, very close to soy 6 prices, which, as you may know, is much, much cheaper than a go-go, but a bit more than a beer bar. Let me just interrupt the chat for a second.
150.
150 for those. Good price. Good price. And the shoes?
Yeah, this one 700.
700.
This one 1,200.
Okay. So just if you're wondering what those prices were, the baseball caps on the left side were $4, and then the shoes range between 700, which is $20, or 1,000, which is $28. Not bad. That was just well, I just came outside at the right time there. And we shall go up the next alley now. We're back on second road, as you can obviously see. Then we'll go up the second one. All right. So we'll turn left up here. So back to the chat about gents clubs. So it's not expensive. It's not something that you should be wary or scared of. You should give them a try, these gents clubs. Now, with gents clubs, they normally open early, around lunchtime, sort of 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, that sort of time. And they close usually around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the evening. And there's a reason why they are more afternoon, early evening clubs. And that reason is because the great majority of their customers are expats. And quite a few of those expats have living girlfriends. Okay? So quite a few of these guys go golfing or fishing or even sailing in the afternoon. Don't they? Really? You get the picture?
Very good.
Yeah. How much are they?
390 baht.
Yeah.
Sorry?
390 baht.
390 for the glow in the dark
Yes,
one.
same price.
All the same price.
Discount 350.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, 390 baht for those glow in the dark ones. That's about $11. Okay, let's carry on. Now, if you follow that logic through, with gents clubs, there's not normally a bar fine, because it's not normal to take a girl out of the gents club. It's really an on-site establishment, and everything takes place on the premises. So instead of bar fining a girl as you would in a beer bar or a go-go and taking them to your place or wherever, you, as you call it, pay for the room for 1 hour on site. And the normal price for the room for 1 hour on site is 400 baht, roughly. It's about, as we just said with the t-shirts, it's about $11 roughly. And then the rest is separate. Just looking. How much are they?
Different price, sir.
Yeah, about.
Sandal,
Sandals?
500.
500.
And this 150.
And these are 150. Now, gents clubs are all closed door clubs. You can't just walk in. With the smaller ones, you go to the door and you ring the bell. And someone will come and open the door, and then you can go in. With the larger ones, they often have a doorman. So you just go up, say hello, and just wander into the club. All right? Now, when you go in, you'll see there's lots of girls sitting around in groups, chatting to each other, or maybe already chatting to customers. In the smaller clubs, there's no service staff. So one of the girls who is working there will come over and she'll ask you what you would want to drink. And you just say a beer or a whatever, soda or something, you know. And she will go off and get that for you. And then she'll bring it back. Now, when she brings it back, she may try to hang around and get a drink off you, or she may just give you the drink and the bill and then leave. Now, with the larger clubs, there's service staff which are dressed in uniforms differently, so you know who they are. And they will simply come and take your order and go and get your beer or your soda or whatever it is you're drinking and bring it back and give you the bin and the bill, and that's it. Okay? So you just look around, and if you see a girl you like, you smile at her, and if she likes the look of you, she'll smile back and she'll come over. And then you can buy her a drink. And you can chat to her for a while, get another drink if you feel like it, and then you can decide if you want to take it further. And if you do, you just pay for the room fee, which is the 400 baht roughly. And they add that onto your drinks bill. So you can either, when you say you want to go to the room, you can either pay the bill there and then, which is the drinks and the room together, and then you don't need to come back in the bar. You can just leave later. Or you could just leave the bill there in the little container, and then go to the room, and after an hour or so you come back and you continue drinking, and the bill will then just continue to rack up as if you want to continue drinking. So that's the way they do it, okay? As far as that particular bill is concerned. As far as the girl's concerned, you pay the girl in the room the agreed price, whatever you agreed on with her. Let me just interrupt the chat for a second to check out the price of these shoes here on the left side with this lady. Okay. I don't want a bag. No, I was looking at shoes, but they're all ladies, aren't they?
No, unisex, but I have men also.
Yeah. What sort of price are the shoes?
No, same price. Which one do you like? You think you can show me?
Yeah, do you have copy Nike? Yeah?
In market, all
Nike.
copies.
I know, you have Nike. You have,
Nike,
and how much are your
Adidas.
Nike ones?
No, same design, sir. Which one do you like? These are 700 baht.
The ones at the bottom down there.
Yes, 700 baht.
They're 700. Okay, that's all right. That's a good price. Fine.
The 1,000 baht.
Great. Okay. Thank you. A good price. So that's between 20 and 28 US dollars, depending on which ones you choose. Let's carry on with what we're saying. Well, what can happen in a gents club, as it can happen in a beer bar, is that a girl will come over just out of the blue and sit down with you and start talking. Or the girl who originally got you the drink may do the same. And this is not the girl you're interested in. The one that caught your eye is still sitting at the bar, alone with no customer. And you, with your Western values, feel stuck, like with this girl who's walked over and sat down. Now, the way out of this is very, very simple, but you must do it straight away. Okay, don't delay. So that the girl won't lose face. Yeah. As soon as the girl that you're not interested in sits down and starts talking to you, you lean forward and you say to her, point to the girl you like and say, you see that girl over there? Point her out. Can you ask her to come over? I'd like to buy her a drink. Treat her like she was one of the service staff and you weren't aware of what's going on, like ignorance, you know what I mean? And then she'll say, oh, you mean my friend so-and-so? Yes, I'll go and get her. And she'll actually go up and go and get the girl you like will then come over. It's that simple, as long as you do it straight away. At the point where there's no claim on you, if you follow me. So when you walk into a place like this, you're completely girl free, okay? There's no girl got a claim on you, like that's my customer or something. So at that point, you can pick any girl you want. I mean, if you had a girl who was a regular, she would come over and sit down and obviously claim you as her customer if you've been there before. And other girls will stay away. But if it's your first time there and they don't know you, then you're free to choose any girl you want, obviously, with no problem. But the girls think of it as a business. It's not personal at this early stage. It can be later, but it's not at this early stage. You just can say to her, I like that girl over there, and she'll come over. All right. Now, if you make the mistake of waiting to do this, like for example, when the girl that you don't like comes over and sits down, if you chat to her and buy her a drink just to be polite, that is a mistake. Don't do that, because she'll then claim you as her customer. And then to change her after a while, if you'd had a drink with her and then said, oh, can you tell the other girl to come over? She'll get angry with you because you've made her lose face. Don't do that. Do it straight away. Okay. Another thing you shouldn't do is take a bar girl into a shopping mall, because she'll go in the shops and then she'll just see something which she really, really, really wants and cannot afford, and you'll be expected to buy it for her. And if it gets really heavy, it'll be a gold shop, not just a pair of sneakers or something. It'll be a gold shop, you know. And then once you say no to something like that, the whole thing turns sour. So not a good idea. Things like this, like taking shopping, whatever, see if you'll buy stuff, it has a purpose, and it's not just a case of trying to grab money out of you. It's not that it is, but it isn't. There's more to it than that. In Thailand, there is something called Nam Jai. Okay, now Nam Jai literally translates as overflowing heart, or a heart which is overflowing with generosity of spirit. Okay, that's Nam Jai. Nam Jai is highly prized in Thai culture, and it's not anything to do with Falang or with foreigners. It's to do with the Thai people themselves expect other people, or hope other people have Nam Jai. It can be just a case of looking after somebody, looking after older people, looking after animals, looking after this or that, or children, or just generally looking after and taking care of people. That's what it's about. And in fact, Thai girls who marry Thai men prefer men who have nam jai, who are generous of spirit. It doesn't have to be money, but obviously with foreigners tends to be money. But this is the Thai culture, and it all comes from that. That's where it all originates. So a Thai girl will give the man, which doesn't have to be a foreigner, as I said, it can be a Thai man who will do the same with them. It'll give them the opportunity, put them in a position where they can show if they have nam jai, or generosity of spirit. Sort of thing like, for example, what does happen, and it's totally misunderstood, is if you take a girl out for just a meal, it doesn't have to be an expensive meal, just a meal somewhere, and she said, oh, my friends, I have 2 friends who want to meet you, can they come as well? And what you think is their friends are coming for a free meal. Well, food in Thailand is dirt cheap, and the girls make money, so they don't care about that, to be honest with you. The purpose of this, the purpose is that the girl who you're with wants to show you off to her friends as being a person with nam jai, with generosity of spirit, and that you will quite happily give a free meal or whatever to her friends and feel good about it. In fact, in Thai culture, somebody who has a friend, a boyfriend who has nam jai, gains face. You know, in Thailand and in most Asian countries, you can lose face, you can gain face. If you have a boyfriend who has generosity of spirit, nam jai, you gain face with your friends, and it puts you on a slightly higher level than them, and that's what part of that is about. The worst misunderstanding which can happen with this sort of thing, where she says, like, I have 2 girlfriends who want to come eat with us, is the guy will get some idea in his head about threesomes, foursomes, whatever. No, no, that is not what it's about. Okay, I've explained what it's about, and it's not that. The more that you learn about Thai culture, the more you can avoid making these mistakes. Just briefly going into some aspects of Thai culture which you'll notice and may be puzzled by, because it's so different to the West, is public affection. Even with bar girls, they don't want public affection. So like if you are in a street, in a restaurant, somewhere in the public, they don't want to kiss, they don't want to cuddle, they don't like it. It's not traditionally the Thai way. I mean, some girls obviously who've worked in Pattaya for years and years have got over that and will be like a Western person, but the great majority still stick to those values. So that's nothing to do with they don't like you, it's just that it is their way. They don't like to show affection in public. Yeah, I sort of had a funny chat with the street vendor. This is her. She's selling watches like copy Rolexes and Prada and all the rest of it. You know, Omega, all that stuff. Okay, just listen to what she has to say. How much are they?
How much are they?
How much?
I give you this one. This one.
1,900 for these.
Yeah. I give you discount.
Yeah, of course, yeah. What 1,000?
1,000. 500. How much you can give me?
No,
I
it's
give you
all right.
discount.
I just wanted to know how much.
I have more. I have Rolex,
Yeah.
ceramic.
Yeah, they
This
look
one
good.
Rolex Submarina.
They look nice.
Yeah, and I have already Omega,
Yeah.
Rolex, Rado, AP, Bentley.
Yeah, they look good.
This one is you now, Sapphire.
Yeah, they look scratch.
I have more, brother.
Very good.
Like for her.
Very good.
I give you 1,000.
Next time.
1,000 baht now.
Oh, it's all right.
1,000.
Sorry. I'll come
I
back.
customer today.
I know, I realise that. I can see. Okay.
800.
No, it's all right. That's funny. Last price 800. I wonder what she actually pays them when she buys them. Probably about 5, I would think. Tell me what you think, guys. Okay, back to the chat once again. When you take a girl out to a bar, you want to take her where you want to go. Okay? Now don't go listening to the girl and she says, I want to go to this particular bar because my friend works there. That's the last thing that you want. You don't want to be taking a girl to another bar where she suggests, because there'll be some girlfriend there and then you'll end up having to buy 2 or 3 lady drinks and then it gets expensive. And you may not realize it, but girls have a system where they take the customer to their friend's bar in a way to repay a little debt to a friend who previously, a few days before, had brought a customer to their bar, and the customer had to buy them drinks. And they're trying to squeeze as many drinks as possible out of one customer for multiple girls in different bars. So don't go to a bar where she suggests she has a friend she wants to go to that bar. It's just a way to save money, okay? Do what you want to do, not what she wants to do. Also, a lot of girls work as freelancers in multiple bars, not just the one that you found her in. So if she says, oh, this bar is good, and you will go have a drink there, when you end up with the bill, it'll have a lady drink on it instead of a normal priced drink, because she's a freelancer in that bar as well as the other one, and probably several others as well, depending how long she's worked in Pattaya. Yes, regarding how long a girl has worked in Pattaya, they look at it a different way to the way we do. We basically mean, when we say how long have you worked in Pattaya, we mean in total, like have you worked in Pattaya for a year or 2 or 3 or whatever. They will turn around and say, oh, I've only been here for a month, because what she actually means is that she came back from having a little holiday at home a month ago, but she had previously worked for 6 months in Pattaya and had another holiday of a day or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever at Songkran or some other festive time, and then the clock starts again. Well, each time she comes back, it's a completely new session. So she said, oh, I've only worked in Pattaya for 2 weeks, because even though she's actually worked there for 3 years, she goes home every so often and then comes back, and then when she comes back the clock starts again. That's the way they think, okay? I just briefly mentioned there about girls going home, because they do go home. Not that often, because they can't afford to. Because whenever they go home, the bank account gets totally trashed, totally wiped out by the family. They want every last baht off the girl, because that's the reason she's there. She's there to support the family. And when she goes home, she's expected to pay for everything, buy presents and everything, and they will take every last baht off her. And she accepts that, because in Thai culture, you have an obligation to your parents for giving you life. It's as simple as that. And it's an obligation which you can never deny and never get out of. It's a permanent obligation. And that is why she wants to get as much money out of anyone as she can in order to support her family. I hope those little bits of Thai culture I threw in are helpful, make you understand things a bit better. Okay, story. I promised you one. So this is one that I happened to come across. It's not my hairdresser, this particular one. So I was walking down Soy Honey the other day, actually because I was doing a video, and I came across a girl working in a massage / bar place, who I've known for many, many, many years. Good friend. So I sat down and I bought her a drink and just got chatting. And I said, it's a bit quiet, isn't it, for high season, really? And she said, yes, not many people walking. I said, are you struggling for customers now? And she laughed and she said, I never struggle for customers. I work Soy Honey for 6 years now, even in COVID, I never have problem with customers. I should point out at this point that she's a very good looker. She's about an 8 plus, really nice. So I said, but there are not many guys coming on holiday this high season. And she said, I have many regulars who live here at least half the year. They keep me busy every day. So I said, yes, but surely you always want more customers. She laughed and said, I start work 10 in the morning every day, and I go home when I've done 4 customers. Some days I go home 3 o'clock afternoon, but never later than 6 o'clock afternoon. And I have 5,000 baht every day. Why I need to work more than that? What about getting new customers who come holiday? Yes, she said, sometimes I have new customers who come again and again. First time often that they come holiday. And then before they go home, I tell them, I have no money to pay my rent. I need 5,000 baht or the landlord will kick me out in the street. And she laughed. And she said, it always works. They always give me 5,000 baht before they go home. And sometimes I give my line so I can ask for money when they're already home and they're back at work. And do they send money? I said. Sometimes I do, if I'm lucky. This is Thailand. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. A lot of information in this video, all different things. And if you want more information, have a look at Patreon, have a look at what happens in gents clubs and the Soy 6 videos, and please subscribe and like and share and ring the bell. And thank you very much for watching, guys. See you on the next video.